We have the money. I mean,
Well,
we really do have the money.
Look at last year. There were clear holes that didn't get filled. Clear holes. I mean, I know that there was this like, oh, we just brought so many people in, but
they spent.
I don't know.
But we've talked about it before that if Pochettino fails, I think Levy may also be on the outs, and so I think Levy will do whatever it takes to make sure that Pochettino doesn't fail.
I think.
But why wasn't that done already? Why wasn't more of this done already? And that's what's gotten so
absolutely.
All right, let's go ahead and switch gears a little bit. Leicester City next week. We have that coming up. They are currently second in the table after Manchester City's win, but they are on 6 points. Mahrez
we did so well against them last year too.
Yeah, Mahrez is playing out his ass.
We did the double.
We did the double.
Yeah, but how did we do the double? And they knocked us out of the FA Cup.
Yes. Yeah,
well, and I think we discussed it was 2-1 at their place on Boxing Day. We were under the cosh second half, and again, look at this, lads. We were under the cosh second half, and we weathered the storm. We were under the cosh yesterday second half, and we didn't. The 4-3 home win in March. I mean, that was a bit of a ding-dong game.
Yeah.
We had 2-0 lead, a 4-2 lead, but we managed to pull it out. As much as Leicester came back a couple of times in that game, we managed to hang on to the lead. Now, granted, Leicester, but it's the same as Stoke, right? It's the same caliber team. Yep. They were a relegation team last year. Claudio Ranieri, I don't think anyone gave him any credit before the start of the season. He's nicknamed the Tinker Man for what he did at Chelsea, but he was the catalyst for what.
Look, I think that as much as we're all coming along and saying, oh man, Leicester's been having a great start to the season, we're on 1 point in 2 games. I honestly think that we just come along and we galvanize off this and we just fucking annihilate Leicester.
We need to. And actually, it's the next 3 games when you really have to look at Leicester, Everton, Sunderland. We really need to be taking 9 points off of that. I mean, Everton they're the most dangerous of those 3. Sunderland is just woeful.
For me, the jury's out on Everton. The jury is very much out on Everton. I think that one is going, in my mind, is going to be the one that determines how we do this season, because Everton look really like they could go either way. I honestly wouldn't be surprised with a draw from Everton at all.
They've got some good players who are playing well. I mean, Ross Barkley's playing well. Lukaku is scoring. They've got the kid from Barcelona that they had on loan. They've signed permanently. You'd have to think that they're going to play better.
They had to come from a goal down twice last week at home to Watford.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's so early in the season. I mean, who knows? I mean, it just as I said last week, I really believe that. I mean, look, it's a tight. Go down the fixture list. I mean, other than ironically, the biggest blowout was Man City, Chelsea. I mean, in terms of pure results, it's always going to be close. It's always going to be nip and tuck. And even when we were 2-0 up, we were never. I mean, Stoke was never really out of it, right? You get a goal back in this league, and the dividing line is very fine. And so I think everybody's going to give us fucking hell. Stoke at home gave us fits.
Well,
so,
Everton, again, to put it all into perspective, guys.
Yes, Simon's going to say it.
Yeah.
What?
We were a point better than the same fixture last season.
Simon, that's we as Tottenham Hotspur Football Club should not be using that as a second prize, and it pisses me off. I've heard it.
But we shouldn't.
The fact that we have to is why we're all so out of sorts, and it's just the simple truth. And it's very, very painful to come to grips.
We should have done Stoke, but
silver linings.
At the end of the day,
trying to look for the silver lining.
I know.
It's
fucking over, Simon. It's over.
It's a point. We got a point. And in this league, that actually fucking matters. Yeah. At least we didn't bottle it and lose.
Yeah, and we didn't lose 3-0 last week to United. Granted, the points differential is a different matter. The key is with the next 2 games with Leicester and Everton, we won both those games last year. So if we're going to use this same rule of thumb, then we got to go and get 6 points from the next 2 games. End of, or I'm looking like an ass for even bringing that up.
Well, I have to remind myself that every time that I got really down and despondent last year, and I was ready to kind of hang myself from the rafters, we all of a sudden started playing well, and I can only hope that that's what happens here. I mean, we do have we've got a collection of individual players who can play and who can make marks, and
So, anyway, I think Ken wants to talk about the ins and the outs and some of the loan deals, and we can talk about Ottawa and all that good stuff. But first of all, I have to take umbrage with your comments about God, because it is unfounded, it is sacrilegious.
Did you see my tweet?
Yeah, I did. You obviously saw mine. You can never say anything against Glenda.
Yeah, listen, and I don't know my role. I am
right
dog's body, but the Hotspur America do by announce that we will never, ever, ever say an even remotely bad word about peace be upon him. Glenn.
I'm going to
ever.
I'm going to quickly inject something, because this is from as a long-time listener, I'm going to finally be able to actually have my say on the pod. Last week when you guys were talking about who do you get your name on the back of a kit, for me, 100% Bill Nicholson. He won in 51. He was a player. Bill Nick. Continue.
I want to see you wearing that shirt then, Ben. Go order it.
I will. Well, actually, God, I'm changing subjects so much. I've said since the Green Keepers kit came out that I will, if on September 1st, Hugo Lloris is still playing for us, I will absolutely get a Lloris kit this season.
It's nice. Our friend Chris got it at I guess the second day you could get it. It's pretty tasty.
First day. He got it on day one.
Right, it was the first day.
A green kit is just nice. For a keeper. It's just fucking gorgeous.
And is that racing green almost?
Yeah, it's not like that lime green typical 1970s.
It's like British racing green.
It's nice, yeah.
It looks like a 67 MG. I mean, it's gorgeous.
Yeah. I remember Chris got it. I was like, oh, that's pretty nice. That's pretty sweet.
He wore it on Saturday, but unfortunately, it didn't bring us the same luck he did the last time he wore it.
So results against Leicester.
So what's everyone's score prediction?
You want to do a prediction real quick?
Yeah, why not?
All right, go ahead, Ben. You're the guest.
Oh God, thanks for putting me on the spot.
You brought it up.
Well, I wasn't really thinking. Let's go fighting cock style and do 5-0 Spurs.
Rookie.
No. I'll throw in my real projection so I can gloat later. 3-1 Spurs.
Sammy.
This is going to really surprise you. I'm going to say 2-1 Tottenham.
Why is that a surprise?
Oh, because I'm always so negative. Because I'm always so self-loathing. I'm so self-loathing, and I just, we're always shit, and so I desperately need to win, and anyway, I think we actually win. I think we respond.
We have to.
Yeah, right.
You're right.
What a terrible mess. Because you know what? 2 more. If the unthinkable happens, he's 2 losses away at that point from being in a world of shit.
Oh, well, fuck. I don't want to cut Simon off on his score prediction. I was saying this on the closed San Diego group. If you think about, like, when Glenn Hoddle was our manager, that second year, he was staring down a fucking shotgun. And I think that the only thing that's going to keep Poch's head above water is the fact that we finished 5th, because we have an incredibly hard fixture list until the end of October.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what happens going into the holiday season. If we can maintain top 7, top 8 around that, I think we'll be all right. I mean, you just don't want to get so far behind the 8 ball. We kind of talked last year, I think one of the episodes, what would happen if we didn't get all those points that we earned in the last 5 minutes of matches? And it was like, I think 12 or 13 points that we had at that point that we had gotten in the 85th minute or later, and we would have been 14th in the table.
It's scary to really think about, but let's not be doom mongers. Simon, what's your prediction?
He predicts that Glenn Hoddle's going to re-release Diamond.
Oh, piss off! Yeah.
Hoddle comes on in the
Hoddle
68.
and Waddle were back in this team, I think we'd all be quite happy.
At this point, they'd break their hips. So
oh wow!
I don't know. No. I bet Hoddle still has the goods.
I bet you right now.
Remember that when he was managing England, and Beckham was asked who's the best passer on the team, and he says the gaffer.
Yeah.
If Glenn Hoddle played for Spurs today, he would be better than Paulinho was last year.
Yeah, it'd be better than half our bloody midfield. So we can't keep a clean sheet, so that's inevitable. I'm going for 3-2. I think it's Leicester's bubble will burst and ours will suddenly be enlightened. But to your point, Ben, we don't play any of the promo teams until October, and that's the last game of that month, and it's away to Bournemouth. And you know what? Bournemouth have only played the one game. Granted, they're probably going to get turned over by a lot tomorrow at Anfield. I would love for them to win. I think we'd all have a good giggle at that, but I can't see it happening.
Yeah. I have a ton of Liverpool players on my fantasy team, so I can't.
I'm still looking for some points tomorrow with Mignolet and Benteke. So as much as I've got that soft spot for Bournemouth, anyone who knows me knows that I lived there for a while, and I'm chuffed to bits that they're in the Premier League, but it's all going to end in tears, and we'll probably lose to them on the 25th of October, but. I'm going for a win at Leicester. I think Tinkerman's he's going to screw it up royally. I think he's got lucky. West Ham will probably cruising on the fumes of their famous victory at the empty crates, and it all went tits up for them. It's funny that the lads that always seem to come down the pub whenever we're playing West Ham, they were the same three guys. They're obviously good buddies, and I went up to them at halftime. What the hell are you doing? You turn over to Scum for us last week, and here you are losing to the Tinkerman. And I said that, of course, when we were 2-0 up, so that bit me in the arse. But I think Leicester's day will end on Saturday, and we're at Staggering Irishman next week. Change of venue. Hopefully that will bring us some bloody luck.
What time's that kickoff?
9 a.m. for us.
7
a.m.
Saturday. It is Saturday, right?
Yeah.
They're all Saturday in August.
I may be at that one too, by the way.
And if you are listening in San Diego, that's
he's
big
coming
deal.
to Dallas.
Yeah, next weekend I'll be down there. I may be at the match. Yep. I got to take the daughter down to Texas A&M for her freshman year on Sunday, so I may come down.
You heard that? Maybe.
Yeah, so I'll probably be down Friday and spend the night and wake up Saturday, go to the match, and then run around with my kid on Saturday, get ready, get her all packed up, and take her down to college. So
you guys are so fucking lucky that you can watch games a little bit later. Oh God, all of us are envious.
Yeah, I mean, I think about it. I mean, even the times where we've woken up at 6 in the morning, I've lamented. So fair play to you guys for having to endure what you guys do.
I recognize there are a lot of pubs that will just say, "Screw you, we only closed 2 hours ago."
Yeah.
Our closing manager left at 3:30, and you want us to open at 4? Piss off.
That's literally what we're looking at with the Chelsea match. With the Chelsea match is going to be at 4, and the bar that we watch at, the servers don't leave until 3, so they're all
tell them to stay open. Don't even close.
Obviously, they can't stay open because of legal matters. However, there's a very good likelihood that some of us might go very, very late at night, have some hardcore drinks at 2 in the morning, and we're only like half a mile from the beach, so we'll just go down to the beach and drink a bunch of beers on the beach.
Have a nap.
So actually, real quick, so funny story, because we do watch so early, when we played Arsenal early morning last year, that was Arsenal at home, right? Yeah, that was the home match where we did them over. Fuck yeah, get in. I'm still happy about that when I think about it. So we actually had a cop come in because we were all singing and everything, and it's 5 in the morning. He comes in, and he's just like, what the fuck is going on? And our bartender was like, yeah, they're not drinking, they're just, and he said football, and he's like, that's not football, that's fucking soccer. And we all turned around and we're like, what the fuck? And so actually it's funny, I didn't even know that he came in until this season, so it was a solid 4 months without even knowing a cop came in. So funny stories that happen at 5 in the morning when you're at a pub and waiting for 6 a.m. when you can finally drink.
Exactly. All right, so I gotta do a prediction, right? I just picked up Mahrez on my fantasy squad, which means he won't score at all. So I'll say 1-0.
Me too.
Can you make him your captain?
I'll make him my captain, and I'll do triple captain points this week too, just to make sure he doesn't get anything out of the match. He'll probably pull up lame during warm-ups. So I'm gonna say 1-0 Tottenham.